Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Sunday, December 8th, 2019. And today is the 99th day of the Pyanodon's Off the Rails stream. I can't believe it's been 99 streams already, sheesh. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/otakushow to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can follow me on Twitter, visit my website, all of the other social stuff through the links in the description below the video. You can support Pyanodon at patreon.com/Pyanodon, myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat, as well as join my Discord server through !Discord in Twitch chat, or just follow the link below the video. So today, not too much to say off screen outside of today's coffee is some Death Wish brand pumpkin spice coffee. I have very much been enjoying this Death Wish brand coffee over the last several days. It's been so nice that I have only been drinking. Well, I've been drinking one less full strength cup of coffee each day, thanks to the strength of this Death Wish coffee. And it tastes good too, which is fantastic. I like it. I like it a lot. The other thing is that the tutorial for Pyanodon's mods that goes live today is the uranium processing tutorial. Oh boy, uranium is today. And yeah, I hope you're able to follow it, because uranium has a section of it that's a little bit more complex than basically anything we've really seen to this point. Otherwise, we did it in our last stream. Sorta. I think that was last stream that we did that, or the stream before, something along those lines. We did it last week for uranium. The tutorial that will come up is going to be based off of what we do in this stream, which ideally is going to be setting up and seeing non-zero amounts of circuit 4s, aka intelligent units. That is going to be the plan for the day, as it were, is to work on circuit 4s. Now, there's a bit of stuff that I did off screen, and I'm very likely not going to be able to note everything that I did off screen, because I did a lot. Remember how in the last stream we sort of were ticking over on the 300-hour mark? Well, yeah, we're closer to 320 now. That's probably the first good description of how things have gone thus far. Yeah, over 320. 321 at this point. Oh joy. So, suffice it to say that the theme of the stuff that I did off screen was bottleneck whack-a-mole. That's basically what I was doing the entire time. Bottleneck whack-a-mole. In particular, where do I even start? So circuit 2s are producing significantly faster than what they were producing at. So circuit 2 bottlenecks have been reduced. Also, a ton of techs have happened off screen. This is what's left of the techs at the moment. Basically finished off everything that's really necessary going forward, and pretty much all of the like quality of life stuff that I really need I now have. And I've even actually unlocked the all of the level 3 modules as well for those recipes. I have Mark III chip shooters here now, along with for each of the Mark II level 2 productivity modules to really help out on getting plenty of output. It's producing more. It's not producing constantly, but it is more. And similarly over here, this setup is the same way. Still working on getting those level 2 productivity modules in here, but these are also operating a bit faster than they were before. We also sort of have 2 full chests of nichrome right now. I never thought I'd see the day that I would have 2 full chests of nichrome, but hey, I guess I have temporarily solved that bottleneck issue. Let's see, over here in this thing, I am now making primarily xylenol out of low distillates. I've actually I did a thing with the distillate separation of crude oil. I can't believe I've done this, but I've actually done this. And then for some reason I decided, hey, let's take the high distillates out of this and convert them back into aromatics to feed back the production of crude oil at, the cost of a bit of gasoline and, titanium tetrachloride, which probably not the best of ideas to do that. It might just have been better to just keep it venting, but I did it. I have my xylenol now, so that was another bottleneck that I noticed I was having and got rid of. Lubricant was another bottleneck, and after giving it a lot of thought, I decided to say screw it, and oil is infinite anyway, technically speaking. So we're doing big oil mines for oil, specifically for all of the lubricant on the planet. This is pretty much exclusively for lubricant at this point, this crude oil mining from these 3 big derricks. And these are big derricks on big, dense oil patches. So these are gonna give us a bit of oil for a really long time, if I had to guess. And then down here, if Pyanodon is around, I present to you the copper megamine. The copper megamine has arrived. It is working fully. Need to like add other modules to this and beacons and all of that good stuff. I have a bit of a shortage. Had a bit of a shortage on modules, so I guess I could go out here if I so needed to, but as it turns out, I don't really need to, considering I am fully feeding this processing right now, and yeah, the plates are sort of maxed on this line. I would need to upgrade the entire belt, basically, for it to work fully for me. So yeah, a lot of copper now from that, but there's always a catch, right? But thing is, I'm still like lacking for copper. So other things that I've done have included trying to get the lubricant and the coal gas for just feeding what I already have better for more copper. And there's some things that I've done over here, like just trying to get more coal gas primarily. Like all of this is just for coal gas. And I'm not even able to process all of the ash either. Sheesh. Sheesh. All to just keep feeding the beast that is the copper here. But anyway, moving on from all of that, I have committed another heresy in that I have downscaled my Zippier. I have downscaled the Zippier. I now have only one block of Zippier. The other has been replaced with more mushrooms. The mushrooms are feeding in here for coal gas for the copper. I've also, in the process, downscaled this a bit, the stone wool here. Why would I downscale the stone wool here if I've really needed stone wool? That was a bottleneck, major bottleneck. Well, it's not so much of a bottleneck anymore, and if I can remember exactly where I set this up, here. We've got iron into stone, basically, and the stone is going in to stone wool in Mark III high pressure furnaces. Oh joy, oh bliss, we have Mark III high pressure furnaces, and I now have more than sufficient amounts of stone wool to feed my entire base. Allah frickin' Luya. We've done the thing. We did the thing. I've got stone wool now. More than enough to feed the entire base. What else? What else have I done? Like, I have little exclamation marks on places. So, I've talked about that one. I've talked about that one. What's next? Hyperelastic material. That is next. Right here. I should have done this last time. It was simply just placing down the bioreactors for these. Because it's needed for the harmonic absorbers. I was like, why am I not getting harmonic absorbers? I'm pretty sure I set that up. No, I didn't actually set up the hyperelastic material. I think I didn't do that last time. But here it is, 3 buildings with productivity, attempting to make hyperelastic material. It needs biopolymer. I have a bit of a lack of biopolymer. Also, this stuff was lacking myoglobin. I had an error. I had a little bit of an error when I had set up the myoglobin last time, and that was that I had put a sinkhole here for the ammonia when ammonia gets gas vented. So that was an oops moment. Yeah, I talked about this being replaced. What else is there really to discuss today? Also, if I can find here, I am now doing the laser modules from my laser turrets. Why am I doing laser modules from laser turrets when there is a recipe to make laser modules out of base materials? It is because the laser module recipe from the base materials is made out of circuit 2s when everything involved in making the laser turrets is circuit 1s. That is the primary reason. This may be more difficult logistically to do, but it eliminates the need for circuit 2s entirely. So we're not doing anything with circuit 2s right now for that. So I have all of these things. What else? Nylon. Let us talk a little bit about the nylon and the blood meal. So I had a bit of, shall we say, an issue. This is new, by the way. I had a bit of an issue with my fiberboard production. And you can even see now I am finally catching up to the demand on the fiberboard, but it took upgrading these pulp mills to Mark 3. I'm pretty sure that these were Mark 1 to start with. They are now Mark 3. And it's taken having to add dedicated fiber for it. So dedicated raw fiber to feed this. And if this was all running at max, which currently it's not, it would use even more steam than before. But I've got pretty much everything for these to run at maximum, or just to run fully at all times. But this chest is full, so this one's not currently running. So there's the fiberboard right there. Fiberboard is awesome. It was a bottleneck to my production of blood meal. The blood meal is still not quite, or at least it wasn't, producing enough. Now it's finally started producing sufficient amounts. What did you miss? Not much. I've just been talking about the things that I've done off screen. So you missed the fact that I have downscaled Zapier from 2 blocks to 1 block. I now have only 1 block of the Zapier. I'm doing stone wool up here out of stone from iron, but I need more iron. Using Mark III high pressure furnaces, it's allowed me to downscale a bit on the other heavy bot-based stone wool. I have plenty of stone wool now. I've got, yeah, I've done a lot. I've done a lot. I have improved my production of the Circuit 2s compared to previously, as well as by virtue of having more Circuit 2s, I now also have more Circuit 3s, technically speaking. Just making better use of my current production, just killing as many bottlenecks as I can. That's what I was working on. I have a copper megamine going now, technically, as well. That's giving me plenty of copper plates. Still not enough copper plates, but it's a lot more copper plates. What else is there? Is there anything else? So the blood meal situation was causing an issue with nylon as a bottleneck. So I needed more blood meal. I've gotten more blood meal, but I'm also, because oddly enough, I seem to be producing more nichrome than I'm currently using, decided that I would, at least for now, do the nylon from the nichrome, chlorine, ammonia, and benzene. The chlorine and the benzene are coming out of Tholins, and the ammonia is just coming from my main ammonia setups. So I now have sufficient amounts of nylon, much more sufficient amounts of nylon. So with all of that, and the base is like slowly creeping into the water here. I'm slowly but surely expanding into the water. Oh, and that's the other thing. I had a lot of bots stuck here. There were a lot of bots stuck in this region. So what I had to do, because it was from this box, yes, much more sufficient amounts of nylon. This box here, I took off the network, and I have basically just shoved them out to a box over here closer to the main bus. So now all of the mega mined phosphate rocks are coming a lot closer to the bus, so all of these guys eventually made their way back into the system. I have a few robots doing their thing right now. That phrase sounds weird to you as a non-native speaker. It's because it is a weird way of saying it. Much more sufficient. It's because the concept of sufficient is absolute. Technically speaking, you're either sufficient or you're insufficient. So the more logically correct would be to say that we have achieved a value of production much closer to sufficiency. But I would rather say much more sufficient. There's also technicalities like that with words like favorite. The concept of favorite, there can only be one favorite, but no one these days pays attention to that. There's even a song, "These are a few of my favorite things." That's wrong. It's wrong usage of the word favorite, technically. But anyway, so today is going to be all about intelligent units, aka circuit 4s. So, what do we already have of this, and then what do we need? And this is going to be like note times. Yes, Americans will pervert the language as well. It's not so much. We know enough about the rules to know when they're broken and can understand regardless of the rules being broken. That's the thing about the way English is spoken, especially in America. Even though we know the rules, we will break the rules, and people can still understand what others are saying, even when the rules are broken. And the other thing is, anyone who speaks perfect English is a foreigner. That is the major assumption, is that only foreigners speak perfect English. So, Intel units. These guys. So we've got optical fiber. We don't have to worry about the optical fiber. We don't have to worry about the circuit board 3s, because we have the circuit board 3s. And we don't need to worry about the circuit... Oh, that's something else. If Pyanodon comes in here, you need like 1 to 1.5 of the circuit 4s for 5 yellow per second. Well, we're not going to really be concerning ourselves with 5. We're going to be happy with less than 1. Yeah, I'll probably only need 1 chip shooter machine of intelligent units. Is like not even a fully operating chip shooter machine for the intelligent units. I have the Mark IIIs now, but I just want them in non-zero amounts. And as you can see, they're needed for the modules. See, that may be for the science, for the utility science, those values, Sniper, but I'm going to need more, a lot more, if I ever want to use level 3 modules. And then it's used in, like, all the Mark IV stuff as well. Like, all the Mark IV stuff. And, very specifically, it's used in retorters. I'm going to laugh at the Cinder units, because I sort of have a chest, like, halfway full of Cinder units before the recipe was changed. But, yeah. And then bots. 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 Yeah. I'm probably going to want as many intelligent units as I can realistically make, given the scale of my base right now, because, you know, bots. Yes, Fermion material is a pain in the rear. But I did record the thingy. To see my new haircut in HD. Yeah, my haircut. Got that right before Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, here in the US, a little over a week ago. So, Pyanodon. I need to go up to my Circuit 3s right now. Since you're here, I'm gonna go up to a very special place. So you were talking a lot about things that nobody uses. Well, I did the thing last time that has apparently come to fruition. Oh, this isn't really about nerfing so much. Well, I guess first thing, cough cough. Mega copper mine. Mega copper mine. That's the first thing. I'm using the mega copper mine. But over here, yes, OMG, the copper mine. Yes, I'm doing the mega copper. But also, right up here, so you were saying about the fact that no one uses next-lit powered accumulator Mark IIs? So you were saying about the next-lit Mark IIs. Well, I've got a few of them now. Just a few of them. You know. We've got our HALs from 2001: A Space Odyssey, just in green rather than in red. Your life has a purpose now. Yeah. So I've made these at this point. I'm not really like this is just to say that we have made them. But yeah, they're here. They're here. They store 120 megajoules at a time. They are a different footprint from the Mark 1s, which is, at least I think they're a different footprint. Yeah, they are a different footprint from the Mark 1s, which means that you can't directly upgrade from your Mark 1s to the Mark 2s, and that is unfortunate. You have to tear it down to build it back. Yes, they should turn red when discharging and look like that, and then you've got your 2001: A Space Odyssey HAL going as they're discharging. Yeah, and then Mark III would be even bigger. Now, I needed to come up here anyway because, well, A, I've got more stone wool, so this is finally moving at a decent clip. Wow, I upgraded this to Mark III and it's still not enough on the coal gas for this? What? Oh, it's because yeah, that would be why. So I'm beginning this DMS a little bit to make sure that to help with my Circuit 3 bottlenecks. I am currently doing a fair amount of stuff. I haven't touched the Circuit 3s as much off screen, but I have at least done enough on the back end work so that I apparently am backing up on circuit 3s. Can I just point out how like beautiful this looks to me? Like this looks beautiful. Just that is a lot of circuit 3s. That is so many circuit 3s. In fact, that's enough circuit 3s that if I had low density structures, I could actually be making the thingies. Oh, that just feels good. Actually, you, hey, take those, please. Thank you. I also, it, yeah. So the bottleneck is solder. Of all things here right now, the bottleneck is solder. I don't have that many circuit 3s. Well, it's because I spent a lot of time off screen working on the back end production to go into circuit 2s. I did a lot of whack-a-mole on bottlenecks off screen to improve the circuit 2 production, and as it so happens, a lot of the base materials used in circuit 2s are the same as in circuit 3s, so a lot of the circuit 3 bottlenecks just went away as I was working on the circuit 2 bottlenecks. It's still bottlenecked at this point by the microchips. Way down here, what are the microchips bottlenecked by? Those aren't microchips. Microchips. Wherefore are that? These. By the P silicon. Which, oh. You know, just silicon. Just the silicon wafers. That's fine. Because aramid. Actually, that's a problem that's going to solve itself real soon. Ish. Real soon-ish, I think. Or not. Or not. Let's see. Yeah, it's TPA, so TPA is just gonna be more of a pain in the rear. Because of course it is. Bottlenecks always return to the first thing that you fixed, right? After you fix everything else, the original thing that was the bottleneck becomes the bottleneck again. So I'm okay with TPA being the bottleneck there, because everything has been increased. So now the TPA is the bottleneck again. Alright. Well, whatever. I'll do even more stuff off screen. Also, as this tech is about to tick over, just to mention that I've got, like, most of my Purple Science techs now, so that's no longer that much of an issue. So, let's actually get into this. Intelligent units is the goal. We need... What do we need? And let me, like, have notes. Let me have notes on the side here. I'll add some space there. Alright. So we need this cross-section LED fault current inductor, condo processor, nanochip, paradiagmatic resistor, PCB4, which is made out of the mounted circuit substrate. We need circuit 3s, supercapacitor, and solder. Now, as for what we have of this already, we have the optical fiber, we have the circuit 3s, we have the supercapacitors, and we have the solder at minimum. Now, down... Oh, high tech. Hello, tech. What do I want next? Long mine? 6 would be nice. Good morning, Jessa. Good morning. I am beginning to plan out all of the thingies. So down here, we have these LEDs. They were complaining about the process of converting, like, cold air back to nitrogen on the forums. And then this one is the one of the other things that's needed here. So I think this is where we're going to really do the circuit 4s in the end. Quite possibly. I need to see PCB 4. What do you need? You need the MSA. So I need to have this near the MSA. What? Oh. I have this. 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 This, and this. Okay. Well then. That's convenient. That's highly convenient. Bring me a PCB Factory Mark III. Yeah, that would be great. Also, bring me my chip shooter Mark IIIs and my electronic factories Mark IIIs. I'm going to need all of those. Thanks. I will need all of these things brought to me, and I have all of them at Mark III. Now, as that had shown, I need etching and MSA. This is producing MSA about as... Oh, of course this is a bottleneck. And this is a bottleneck I saw off screen too and didn't get around to fixing yet. Guess I'll just have another thing using DMS. Because this is operating about as fast as I can make it for now. This one, I need to add more of this, but as you can see, we're sort of constrained by space at the moment. I'm gonna put the PCB 4 factory like here-ish and just route pipes and stuff. And then we should be good on that. Just waiting for the robots to deliver. Alright, here we go. There's our PCB Factory Mark III. Now the etching solution is down here somewhere? Where's the etching? Etching, right there. Right there. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And then this will be in charge of our... Oh, hello. Should I do this here as well? Because I have the industrial solvent up here? No, because then I would have to route the helium. The helium has industrial solvent near it already, so I'll do that near my helium. That will be how we do this. Now, where is this MSA? Exactly. Why did I do this? Here we go. Down. There's MSA. Which is unfortunately going to be way too slow as it feeds into this, but my hope is that things like the zinc and the heavy fermium are also going to be just as slow. And we're going to make this even slower. In fact, I'm going to put in a request for the level 1s as level 1s are made. Yeah, that makes more sense. PCB4s! Yeah, because I've got everything I need for PCB4s. Everything I need for PCB4s I have. I technically have. There we go. That is PCB4s. Hallelujah. Now for the condo substrate, which is the other thing that will be needed, made out of these machines. Do you already have zinc nanoparticles? Yes, I do. Did that last time. They're here. I have a full chest of them. Right in here. Full-ish chest, I think. At least 7.3k of them. 7.3k of them in this chest. I got a lot of things in the last stream, Pyanodon. The last stream was devoted to stuff for Mark III items, and yeah. What is power usage at the moment? 6.4-ish gigawatts, like 6.5-ish gigawatts, a little shy of that. It's beautiful. Antimatter! Not right now. The antimatter is off for a reason, because I'm still deciding whether or not I actually want to make the antimatter. Because if I make the antimatter, the only thing that I would make the antimatter for are the singularity reactors, and I don't plan on really using those for voiding. And the reason for that is, well, the issue that Immortal Sniper has been bringing up lately, which is if you use them, the speed with which you can use them to void stuff is dependent upon your base's ability to use the power from the matter produced from the items that you're throwing at it. That is the, main, issue with it. Let me go down here. And no chance in hell I'm doing fusion. Though I have picked up fusion level 4 tech. That I did pick up, so technically speaking, I could do, all the fusion. Alright, the other factory. That's an electronics, that's not a PCB. PCB. So, I've sort of got, 4 full things of helium. I got a little bit of helium going on right here. As well as this industrial solvent. So hey, condo substrate. How nice to see you. I need helium. Aw. Aw. Helium. One thing I don't have here is this subdenier microfiber. That is something that will take a little time. That will take a little bit of the time today, is making that subdenier microfiber. Because that I do not have. I'm going to absolutely need to have the productivity modules in this for it to be viable. Because, yeah, I am not making the subdenier. So subdenier will require microfiber. Microfiber will require fiber. And this is where things get rather interesting. I've got the aerogel, I've got ammonia, I can make acrolein just fine out of, like, tholins, basically. So, of all the things for the subdenier, it's the microfiber that's the slight pain, because it's fiber and not raw fiber, and fiber is only made through one recipe, and that is doing its thing in 2 spots on my base, but it's doing its thing for rayon. And there's the fiber right there. Now, something I can do would be copy this. I don't even need the whole thing of this, but I can copy it and paste it. I think that's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Where will I put it? Probably right up here. This seems like a spot. It's a spot, anyway. It's a spot. Now, with this... I don't need any of those poles. What do we modify from this? We don't need any of this. None of this is required. So I will get rid of everything that I know that I don't need. Okay. That should do it for fiber. As all of my construction bots are going so that they can build this. Now I'm going to come up here so that I can do the microfiber up there. Now, the microfiber is made in a very specific set of buildings. Subdeniers are made in these guys, I think. Do I have the Mark III of these yet? I do! Hey, that's nice. Microfiber is made in pulp mills, so let's pull in some pulp mills as well. Yeah, nanomaterial. Once I have subdeniers, I will be able to make better aramid and better biofilm with the subdeniers, just as another point. It's not just used in the condo substrate. Yes, there is a nice aramid recipe, and that was the original reason why I was looking at the subdenier microfibers. Yes, it's needed for the condo and the superconductor servo mechanisms, but that's a really nice aramid recipe that is more sodium hydroxide efficient than the other recipe. And it's better ratio TPA into aramid. So I'll want to produce as much subdenier as I can, basically. Ammonia. I have to pull the ammonia up, and then I have to make the acrolein. That's going to be done in mixers. I will need to actually, before I go too far away, I need to pick up some Tholen plants, and, well, probably not, actually. I need to pick up at least some... Well, I do need to pick up the plants. I don't need the atmospheric extractors, because I have plenty of Tholens. It's just that I need the, I will need more plants than 5, most likely. So, let's pull those in. Let's just in case, pull an extra stack, and, hilarious. Alright. Slowly but surely getting these Mark III buildings online. I could put this online as well, but I don't really have the need for rectisols right now. Some things are just simply better than others. Don't need those on me. I have Mixer Mark IIs. Cannot make Mixer Mark IIIs yet, I don't think. Just like I don't have some rather important thingies. Why are these separated? I don't know. Anyway. Might have been a throughput thing. But I should have what I need now to make what I need made. Where is... Alright, so I need stuff from here up here. And that includes this. Ammonia. Primarily. Ugh, this'll be interesting. Oh. Yeah, that's... wonderful. Magnificent beauty. Just gotta get this ammonia all the way up. As much as I can. Oh yeah. A few adjustments made to the particle accelerators. Just a few adjustments. These are now Mark II particle accelerators. Just gonna toss out there. We've got the Mark IIs going, and they're doing a pretty good job on producing all of the stuff that I really truly desire. Except it does seem as if I need more graphite. Huh. It's set to deliver the hundreds, so that means I need a little bit more than that. Constantly on its way to keep that going. So let's do that. I don't want to be bottlenecked on the diamonds. Don't want to be bottlenecked on the diamonds, at least not too hard. And yeah, I've got a bit of gold as well coming out of this. Yay. So I was able to downscale the sheer number of the particle accelerators a little bit up here by replacing them with the Mark IIs. That is the fortunate part. He's just using like 3 chests there. Well, it's been working fine so far. I don't need to go this far up. I now need to go over to the right. Nah, it's not really the inserter that's the bottleneck, it's just the amount of graphite that's being sent there at the moment. That's a slow enough machine that the inserter has plenty of time to get the graphite and the other stuff into the machine. Okay. How are my bots doing on all of this? So, one of the things that I need to do that is manual with this in order for it to actually operate. In order for this to actually run, I need to, unfortunately, do this. Swap it to the other recipe until we get an initial amount of logs sent in. This is the one rather unfortunate part, is it needs to get kick-started like this. Which means we have to sit around and wait for at least one cycle to happen. I might just leave it like that. I think the amount that I use of the carbon dioxide is enough that even on the regular recipe it doesn't need the CO2. But regardless, we're here. We've got those things. I need my mixer for acrolein. And I need some propene. Now, propene... Yeah, I could just throw some organic matter into these if I really wanted to, just hold on to some organic at all times. Propene, I'm pretty sure I am producing down here somewhere. Oh, you know, I'm probably not producing it in here. I'm probably producing it where I need it, which eludes me. Where did I need propene again? I don't know. So, you know what? If I'm doing that locally anyway, I may as well bring just the tholins over. So if I'm going to bring the tholins over, I have to find a tholin line. Oh, there's propene. There's propene. Right there, and there's a lot of it spare. Right. Okay, well, I guess I might just bring the propene up then. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get that propene going. Go down. Hopefully we won't have too much of this, like, from scratch stuff that we need to do, but because I think I've got most of what I need done towards these circuit 4s already. Alright, here we are with these. Let me go ahead and take these and do a little bit of upgrades. Just a few upgrades there to make sure that I always have enough. Oh joy, I love when I do this. Up one more. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is awesome. This way. Please have nothing else block the entire way. Oh, this is fun. Alright. I'm gonna take it relatively safe here. Going through. Alright. You're placing. You're done. Off we go! Make sure to get rid of these empty pipes that got copied over as part of this blueprint. Alright. That would be propene brought in. Just add chromium, oddly enough. And there's 16 per mixer. Microfiber, subdenier microfiber. You use 30 to 130. All right. Now I know. Oh, you produce water. Interesting. Very interesting. No, don't steal it. Don't steal it. Sigh. Come on. Now, these should... Yeah. So that changes things a little bit. It would be important to use this on every step I can. Just because the fiber is a pain. Probably shouldn't be able to use it on the acrolein, though. Definitely can use it here. Actually, as much as I was just saying that, this is just space, ultimately. There is no outside input here on the fiber, so as much as I complain about the fiber and making fiber... oh, why aren't you a, red... a purple chest? You need to be a purple chest. Yeah. I'm not going to do productivity on these, just because fiber's free. Technically. There is outside input, actually, on this, and that is in the form of the, lamps. But everything used to make lamps, I'm getting from water, ultimately. So that doesn't necessarily matter so much. Oh, I have a radar here. Cool. Then I need to get sodium hydroxide. I'm just going to request that. Should have plenty. And that will be that, ultimately. Yeah, that should be that. Now, wherever I want to put these other things doesn't really matter. Nanobots, please. Please move fast. Whoops. Right about there is good. Ammonia. And then requester chest. Provider chest. Shove that beautiful microfiber in. What is microfiber itself otherwise used for? Just the subdeniers, so I don't need to worry about it being on the network. Request these. I should have plenty of aerogel for that. And make sure that everything gets power. And that's that? That's that. Okay, subdenier microfiber. Yay. We did the thing. How much fiber do I technically get out of this if they had all the productivity modules installed? I don't even know. I don't even know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's more than 3. I can tell you that for sure. It's more than 3. So this has room to scale. This has plenty of room to scale. I'm out of my coffee, which is unfortunate. Highly, highly unfortunate. So there's the subdenier, which means that, hey, non-zero subdenier, as it immediately gets taken away as I try to take a screenshot. Oh well. Oh well. Ah, right. The water. We are not quite done yet, because we have to deal with the stupid water. How much water? Not even that much, so goodbye, water. Get these a-moving and get this going. Give me my subdenier screenshot. There we go. I think that did it. Come on, where's screenshots? What? Here, view. It has the tooltip, so that's fine. Anyway, there's that. Which means that... Oh, I did do it here. Oh. Oh, okay. Oops. So I did have a hyperelastic material. The issue is that I forgot to put it on the network. Yay, good job. Good job. I did that last time. But I was realizing, oh hey, where's my hyperelastic to go feed the harmonic absorbers? I have no harmonic absorbers. Where's my hyperelastic? So I just built more things to make hyperelastic. Without realizing I already had it. Alright. Sure. Fine. Whatever. You should now be able to craft. Why animations are sloppy? I don't know what you're referring to. It's most likely UPS related. We're less than half speed. So, Friday Fast Facts. I liked what I read this past Friday for the Factorio Friday news. In that they mentioned a lot about optimizations to the key areas that are slowing down my current game. In particular, they noted that these item request slots are a pretty big factor in terms of processing. So the more of these module requests you have, the worse your game performs right now. And they've improved it in the optimizations, but until we get those optimizations, it slows down the game. So one of the reasons why my base is running so slowly right now is I've got 1.6 thousand module requests for level 1 efficiency modules, another 568 module requests for level 2 productivity modules, 130 module requests for level 1 speed modules, and 65 module requests for level 1 productivity modules that we just added. To this. So I thought it was pretty hilarious that they mentioned that very specifically the blue triangles were causing were like a leading contender for causing slowdown. Like, really? Really? The overarching point was that the inserters, the number of inserters you have, count as like how they operate counts as a major bit of flaw slash it. Why is this like broken? This is broken. Why are you broken? They must not have been able... They must have timed out, I guess. Yeah, that's why they timed out. There. That'll do it. So, inserters, they've improved, they've optimized the behavior of inserters, but they also improve the behavior of a lot of other things as well, in which they did mention the blue triangle stuff. So it's like, okay, I would like all of these optimizations, please, now. I would like them now. The issue is that they didn't actually say when they're going to put these optimizations live. They made no mention of when these optimizations are actually going to go live. Which is unfortunate, because that could mean that we have to wait until 1.0, shall we say. We have to wait for a while for these things. As it is, they're already showing us like these graphics changes that we're probably not going to see until 1.0 anyway. Much later in 2020. But, yeah. I'm looking forward to a nice little bump in the performance of the game of my big maps like this going forward. It is very, very much appreciated. Remember how I was saying that the Circuit 3 stuff was limited by solder? Yeah, remember how I was saying that it's limited by solder? It's limited only by the amount of solder, like, it's by flight time of solder, not by the actual production of solder. I need to request more to drive more robots on that flight path. Then I'll have even more Circuit 3s. Isn't that going to be glorious? That's going to be absolutely glorious. Especially since I'm going to be spending so many on modules. Where was I going? too far. Here. That's where I was going. We have more things to produce. The hunt for the intelligent units continues. With our next things. What are our next things? I have no idea, but we're getting there. Over here. Oh? Interesting. Could have sworn I had a backup of niobium. Well, whatever. You need boric acid brought in, otherwise I now have all of this. And I have all of this. So there's the inductor and the diode. Alright. Well, this is pretty simple, I would say. Doink, 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 doink. Power, 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 power. Boric acid, where is that in existence? Actually somewhat close by. Where for art thou? Up here. Boric. Realistically speaking, it would be... I would convert the diborane locally, but where is my diborane? Is the question of the century. I don't know. I do not know. If I even have it on my network. Actually, I don't think it is. Slash, I don't have, like, pipes of it, but it's all up here. And boric is being shoved down this way. Boric. Just for reference, I am here, so the boric is right here, so I can bring that right over. It's a good line right here to draw. Oh, hi. Let's draw this line. Ta-da! Alright, cool. Increase requests, please. Make sure flight time is not a major factor. That's going to be a bottleneck. These are going to be bottleneck. Super alloys also going to be a bottleneck, but don't need that many. Cough, cough, wheeze, wheeze, so he says now. So that's those. Alright, don't need to worry about this stuff anymore. That's the resistor? No, that's the inductor. That's the inductor and the LED. That just leaves... That leaves us with the condo processor itself, nanochips, and the resistors. So these are going to require silver nexlet matrix, which that's this. Oh gosh, I'm out of bring me my blue pages. Let's get this oriented. No, not there. There. Ta-da! Alright. That will be... that? I think that's that. That's it. That's all. I've got all the things. All the things are mine. Output, output. Power. Just get me this, thank you. Vacuum. You need 60. That's only 30, that doesn't matter. Here, have a couple of those. Excuse me, all of those. There you go. There you go, now you can operate if I actually had the stuff to feed you. Alright. Well, that's the resistors. I'm going to need, I think, more of these. At least 2 more of these. So, nano chips. Yeah, in the nano assemblers. Sort of got all this. Helium. Alright. Bring me these. I don't think I have any... Actually, you know what? I do have level 3s. Bring me the level 3s instead of the 2s. And then condo processors are going to need cores, which are also going to be in the nano assemblers. Yeah, I got that. Just need cores. Colloidal silica. This is new. This is silica powder, sodium silicate, and stuff that's easy enough to get. Alright. High pressure furnaces, ball mills, and this thing. Gee, I wonder if I have any sand to make pure sand nearby. I wonder if I have any pure sand for... Oh, I wonder if I have any pure sand nearby. Hmm. Alright. They brought me those. Do I have any of these spare right now? I have 5. Cool. That's where we will begin. So this is a chain, obviously, of things. Oh, is that the that was the... for something. What was that? Like 4 again? Hold up. You. Condo processor, condo core, and nano chip. I can just make that, that's fine. So the nano chip is easy. It's just for the colloidal silica, which is made in this. It will require silica powder, which is ball mill. Ball mill! Yeah, that'll be next. Ball mill. I don't have Mark III ball mills. I don't think I have Mark III ball mills. No. I have Mark IIs. I have plenty of Mark IIs. And then the high pressure furnace. Bring me these. I have these. I have 3 of these. It says satisfaction 3 out of 10. Where? Oh, here. Alright. pure sand. Hey. Hi, pure sand. I need you to make me some of this. That is a lot of sodium hydroxide. That is less sodium hydroxide. Thanks. Kill that. Increase that. Just add refined syngas. Oh joy. How much? 30? Well. What's closer? The refined syngas or tholins? Because I think it's the refined syngas. Yeah. It's the refined syngas right here. Just bring it straight over. So it's at this point that I'll mention that my next tutorial, I'm planning on being just circuit 4s. You know? It'll be the intelligent unit video. And it will cover basically everything. It's going to be a long, long video, I think. Because it's going to have to cover the Relesia processing as well as this silica processing chain, as well as that microfiber. Wow, that worked out perfectly, didn't it? Huzzah. Huzzee, huzzah, hazoo. Where should I put the actual colloidal silica? Doesn't actually matter all that much. But it is now officially 11:30. We have half the stream remaining. With that, it is time to take a brief, approximately 3-ish minute break. Get up, stretch the legs, do all the wonderful things, and I will be back shortly. And I have returned. Welcome back. So, this colloidal silica. Bleh? Colloidal silica. Wow. Okay. Colloidal silica will be made. Please. Oh. Okay. Nanobots, thank you. This will be made probably just right next to this. Over here. Giving me the opportunity to A, throw a bunch of productivity into it. Oh, right, ball mill. Duh. Ball mill. Ball mill comes first. Into the powder. Again, throw as much as I can into this. This is point... That's close enough. That is close enough. Thank you so kindly. Is this... Hold up. Only into powder, only into colloidal. So, really, this does not need to use my bots at all. I really don't need it using my bots at all. Out that way, and in. And in, and out. Yeah. Don't need that. Need those. Not that many of those, excuse me. That. And then 30. Yeah, that's exactly what I like to see. That will be that. And on the output there. Okay, that is colloidal silica. Done and dusted, as it were. Yeah, that convenience, right? We've already sort of done the stuff as well. So now it's these. Come on, nanobots. There you go. Thank you, my glorious nanobots. Yeah, sure. I'll put them right there. How much stuff after these? 45, 14.4. Alright. Boink, boink. 2 should be enough. Yeah. So that'll be the vacuum accounted for. I've got all of this. Condo core is only used in processors, so ba-bum. That will be that, and then output there. Don't need those. That, 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 and that. Why none of these? These are used for superconducting coils. I guess they'll slowly make their way down. Nope. Powder input broken belt. Broken belt. Broken belt. Yes. Wrong rotation. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. There. Now it's operating fully. Really, I should get rid of this and then just do that. Perfect. It's operational. Not sufficient, but operational. Most likely not sufficient. We shall see. Okay. Oh, they're bringing some of the wire, I see, right now. So this will be beautiful, limited only by the biopolymer. I'm going to need to scale up biopolymer if I really want to start making circuit 4s. This just leaves nanochips. This just leaves nanochips, and nanochips are not going to be made in this little square I have here. The reason for that is I don't want to route over helium so much. I want to make it near where I have helium since it requires helium. Now I hope that that will end up okay, because this nanochips is helium. That is a bit of a flight, though, on the heavy p-doped. Do I just bring the helium over? I might have to just bring the helium over. I'll bring the helium over. Screw it. Screw it. We'll bring the helium. Save the flight distance. Alright, nanochips. You can do your thing. If I had more productivity modules on me, this would be significantly easier. I should have practically all these things. Light N. Yeah, I need to scale, but otherwise we have. So, helium. Maybe not that side. That side. Helium is all the way here. This is helium. So, how am I going to route my helium from here to here? So, here is the destination. Here is the origin. I could bring it up and then straight over here, or straight over here. So let's figure out a lane to draw this line. I think this lane is free. That is a big factory. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's a reason why the frame rate is, like, 30 right now. It's a little big, and it's insufficient. Big and insufficient. Oh, gosh. That's not what I wanted to see. Oh, boy. I have to go all the way down if I want to avoid that. Yes, this is my base. Not so much this stuff out here anymore. That's all dead. But yeah, like this, it's my base. Hmm. That's a little dead. But yeah, it's my base. It's my base. My base. My base be big. Very, very, very large, my base. Does it need to be this large? Yes. It needs to be about 4 times as large, at least. Of course. Of course. This would be in the way. Alright, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go down and over. That's what we're going to do. We are going to go down and over. Routing on the fly. Yeah. This is the way. I need stuff. I hate the dry air of winter. Very much. Very much. You get the dryness clogging up the throat. Get that little bit of mucus that dries out and starts forming sharp edges on you. yeah, that it's not pleasant, especially when trying to talk for extended periods of time. You know, like 3 hours straight. Anyway, let's get this helium sorted, done, and dusted. Of course, here's our come out enclosures with the serine and all that good stuff. Ooh, that's tempting. You know what? That's so tempting that I'm going to do it this way. There we go. There's the helium. So that's nanochips. That just means I get to now place the chip shooter machine, and I now officially will have intelligent units, I think. I think that I'll have intelligent units, in theory. I don't really have the biopolymer as one of the primary bottlenecks of this system to make the intelligent units. That's just one of the things that's going to be a bit of a bottleneck, is the amount of biopolymer. I will be scaling all of this stuff off screen as best I can, considering our next stream is on Tuesday. But yeah, that's this. Nanochips taken care of as soon as I get the carbon nanotubes. That's another thingy. Superconducting wire, and yeah, biopolymer. That's going to be a major one, and the superconductors, I think, because I haven't even made a single one of these yet because of the superconductors and the super alloy requirements just not coming in. The biopolymer came in before that. Yeah, and just super alloy, big bottleneck. So all these things are bottlenecks. They're technically things that I am producing. It's just they're producing very, very slowly. But in the end, not much of that really matters, because I officially now have a chip shooter machine making intelligent units with everything on the back end being produced in theory. Get a bunch of those extras requested. These are flights, basically, that I'm taking into account. Longer periods of flights. Even these are a bit of a flight. So that will be intelligent units. Of course, I want the 4 productivity modules in this as well. But outside of that, it's done. It's done. It's intelligent units. Yay! That's not nearly as difficult or as big of a process as was the Circuit 3s. Well, I take that somewhat back. It is still a lot, but it's distributed a lot. It's a lot. It's not much that's like dedicated into just the circuit itself. There's a lot of other things that are being fed into this that we've already done. Things like carbon nanotubes, zinc oxide nanoparticles, biopolymer, superconductors. All of those things are being done elsewhere. There's a lot of things being done elsewhere that were done in the last stream. But in essence, a lot of this is it's really simple in essence. Now, What's next? All right, so it hasn't even been 2 hours, and we've gotten the infrastructure down at least to produce intelligent units. Well, the logical next step is utility science. This is the next step is utility science. And utility science. Okay. So Kevlar we have. So that's fine. Hyperelastic material we have. Intelligent units in theory we have. Nanowires are new. Nano electrical mechanical systems. Nano electromechanical systems are new and are used for utility science. Optical parametric oscillators are new. Volumetric energy capacitor is new, and supersteel is old. So, what's new and what's old? We've got 4 new things, I think. At least I think all these are new. This is a lot of things we already have. This is a lot of things that we already have, except for nanowires. Nanowires is also on this list, so we'll start with these. Yes, we'll start with these, because this is a GPU. Just place a GPU. Okay. Okay, I think I can manage place a GPU for the nanowire. Because I've got all of this. In theory, I have all of this. That'll be the nano-electrical mechanical. Just need etching solution brought over. Otherwise, I have all the other stuff here. What else? Optical parametric oscillators. These... YAG is new. And the lithium niobate. I think. Lithium niobate is... This is new, but I think... I may already have these? These? No. No, I'm pretty sure I don't have these yet. Lithium chloride from chromite, sand, rare earth oxide, and hydrogen chloride. So this I need. So I need lithium chloride. This is another one of those instances where it's just place the building near where I have some hydrogen chloride. And that was in a mixer, I think I saw. Yeah, mixers. Niobate needs an HPF with helium. Otherwise, I would have everything there. This, I would have everything. That's a nano assembler, so the volumetric energy capacitor, it's just place a nano assembler. So that's fine. The niobate, yeah, HPF, this stuff. And then the parametric is going to be in a factory. The OPO is in a factory. Now, YAG. YAG laser module. This is just place a nano. I have laser modules at this point, so this is just place a nanomaterial factory for the YAGs, because I've got the rare earth magnets and the oxides and the plates being produced. Is that really it? Is that it? Nano electrical mechanicals. NEMS is nano assembler. GPU for the nano wires. Yeah, that's it. We can do all this. We shall do all of these things, and then we will technically have utility science. I can't believe it. Like this is like progressing too quickly, to be honest. Will I see space science for episode 100 for like the 100th stream? Like we'll definitely be seeing utility science for the 100th stream, and it's not a big gap between utility and space science. Just to toss that idea out there, it's not a big gap, but it is going to involve non-zero. I don't think we're going to do it next time. We'll start working on it for sure, but we won't finish it next time. So as I was saying, GPU is needed for the nano wires. And this is like just a straight input-output setup. Just input and output. And that'll be the nano wires. In theory. Ah, I have these. Take those, take those. Good. Good. I like what I see. I like seeing a condo processor in here already. Just needs the other stuff. These two. Which, this is now just the superconductors. This is just the carbon nanotubes. Why? What is going on with the carbon nanotubes? I don't even remember where I put them. That's a good question. Where did I even put my carbon nanotubes? Because I don't remember. Here. You are carbon nanotubes. What are you missing? Biopolymer. Biopolymer is what you're missing, so just solve the biopolymer problem, and I'll have solved the #1 bottleneck of the entire system here. Anyway, so that's the GPU for the nanowires. Nano Electrical-Mechanical Systems is a nano assembler, and I have these. Just add etching solution. Oh joy. Where is my etching solution? Okay, so I know I have the etching solution going through somewhere around here because it ends up here. So I know that the etching solution is somewhat close by. Okay, the etching solution. Oof. Oof. That is a ways away. But it's here. Ooh, that's convenient. Yes, that is quite convenient that it's there. So let's pull that over. And that'll be Nano Electrical Mechanical Systems. Oh joy. Oh bliss. Let's get this done. Let's get this done so that I can say that I made... or at least I set up utility science today. I did not realize that our science, our Circuit 4's intelligent units were going to be this quick. Didn't realize that they would be quite this quick. And you know, here I am putting the etching solution up here. The whole point of me having some of the stuff up at circuit 3s was to not have to move the etching solution or expand it a bit, but yeah, so all this other stuff I have. Boink. Ta-da! In theory, non-zero of the nano-electrical mechanical systems. Alright, so that's NEMS. Alright, so from NEMS, let's get this lithium chloride stuff done. So it was started with mixer, making this needs hydrogen chloride, obviously. I don't know the nearest location of my hydrogen chloride. I don't think there's any even remotely close here. Because it's mostly made on site where needed. Do I have a chlorine? That's a much better question. Do I have a chlorine nearby-ish? Oh, there's a hydrochloric, or hydrogen chloride, I should say. It's right there. Next door. Practically next door. So that's great, actually. It's right there. I need it, like, right over here. It's here. I need it here. Excellent. So I will just place down the requester, the provider. This will be good. Now, this is chromite sand that this uses, but I've got a little bit of chromite sand, just a smidge available of the chromite sand, so that's fine. And we can make as much as we want of chromite sand. Like, that is not really the issue here. That is not an issue in the slightest. Great question. Where am I going to route this sucker? Okay. That was easier than I thought. That was much easier than I thought. Excellent. So that will be this stuffs. Just as soon as the rare earth starts up, yay. Take that, absolutely. Absolutely use productivity anytime you're using non-renewable rare earth oxides, as well as the pain in the rear end that is the hydrogen chloride. That helps a lot, so let's tick that off my list. Tick those off the list. Alright. Niobate. High pressure furnace with helium. Excellent. More use of helium. Here. You. This is not difficult in the slightest. Stick what I have of my productivity modules in, and then put down an output. There we go. As simple as that. Yay. There's the niobate. And from the Niobate, I now need to place, let's see, 2 nano assemblers and a factory. Actually, I don't think I'll use the factory. I think I'll use the assembling machines for this. So, assembling machine, the first is for, I think these are YAG laser modules. If I can find them. No. What are these made in? Ah, nanos. What is the... Oh, optical... This thing. This thing is in a factory. And that's going to need the YAG. Otherwise, I will have everything else. 2 of the nano assemblers are next. 1, 2. You and... Where's the YAG? Not nano assembler, nano material factory, which is... I'm not holding on to one. Uh-oh. It's one of you. I need one of you. But I don't think I have any more of you right now. Where is it? Here? Yeah, I'm out. Alright, bring me the Mark IIs then. And we'll be good. This stuff. With productivity, this will be fine. Yeah, that looks good to me. Just, you know, input, output, in, out, request, and power all the things. And that's done. That is the volumetric energy capacitor. That's those. I just need the YAG. I just need the YAGs in these. Hi. You. YAG. YAGs are great. And that is those. Done. Technically. In theory, those are those done. So... Is that... Am I done? Am I done now? I think I may be done now. Where is it? Utility science. Hey, there it is. There's utility science. 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 It's here. We did it. We have skipped frames apparently, but I think that's more of a like the game being slow than the stream itself. Anyway, so science, the utility science, it's a thing. It's here. What do we do now? Well, what we do now is we prep for the non-zero production of the utility science by setting it up so that it can go to where I'm processing science. We need to actually send it to where I'm processing science. Why are you like that? I don't know. Anyway, it's not an issue. It's a feature. Alright. So I need to actually follow the belt that I'm doing the purple science. I don't remember if I need to set up something new or if I can just set this up on the other side of the purple science. So somewhere around here I have the purple science. I have a requester chest going into this here, this belt. This belt. So this will be a little pixely and fast, but I am keeping an eye on this belt and following it, because this is where the purple science goes, and I need to see how I do this. Okay. That's how I'm doing this. So I can totally put this on the other side. I can totally put this on the other side. That is just fine. I am, like, lacking for inventory space at the moment. Fortunately enough, it will not be lacking for very long. Actually, you know what? Hold it. Wait a minute. Wait just a second here. I'm wearing power armor. I can make this. I need to pick up this tech. This is not utility science. I could have picked this up a long time ago. Alright, well, whatever. You are going to take all of the utility science that exists so that it shoves in and that'll take it to my science labs, and that, as they say, is that. Alright! Well, in the last 47 minutes of today's stream, I did not intend on getting quite this far, but, well, space science. Hello, space science. What am I going to need for space science? Apparently liquid helium, which that I can make just fine. I don't need to worry about that. We need... Alright, so I'll take notes. So I need liquid helium. So this is for space science. I know I do not have all of these techs, because some of these are locked behind the quantum computing tech, which requires utility science. So I'm just going to make notes so that I can plan. Nitrogen vacancy center. Oh, and that's a compressor with gasoline. Nitrogen vacancy center. Pi Josephson junction. Quantum dots. I know what that's made in. Quantum vortex storage system. Varphy Josephson junction. Vacuum. Well, don't need to worry about the vacuum. Don't need to worry so much about the other thing. How many bots do I have going? Well, there's 20... close to 27,000 in the network. 26,975, and about 8.7k are free at the moment. So over, like, less than 20k bots are currently active. But I know during the period of time where I was taking care of a lot of my bottlenecks that it was 0. Like, when I was taking care of a lot of my bottlenecks and reconfiguring some sections of the base, yeah, it was 0 available. And it was at like 22, 23k, but I've started to shove as many basic Logibots into the system as I possibly can. So that value is increasing, unless and until I need, or I don't need more. I'm always going to need more, I think, at this point, especially as I start to take care of bottlenecks further down the chain, such as biopolymer. Like, feeding biopolymer is probably going to take a lot of effort. Biopolymer is rather important. It's silver foam, and I happen to know that as of right now, my biopolymer production is limited by my production of silver foam, which I think right now is being hydrogen peroxide limited. So eliminating hydrogen peroxide as a bottleneck. Well, that's going to take some work. But yeah, so let's look up this nitrogen vacancy. Excuse me. Space science. Nitrogen vacancy center. This will be made in a PA with stuff I have. That's... Alright, so... Have it, have it, have it, have it, have it. So, tech. As soon as I hit quantum computing, I will have nitrogen vacancy centers. Okay? That's one. Pi Josephson is in electronics factories with stuff I have already. We have phosphate glass, nanotubes, diamagnetic, heavy fermion, nanowires, and superconductors. We have all of this. So, again, as soon as quantum computing tech hits, I have Pi Josephson junctions. Quantum dots. These are in a particle accelerator with stuff I already have. This is just place a particle accelerator making quantum dots. Because we have colloidal silica, we have silicon wafer, we have phosphine, but I need more phosphine. We have boric acid, and we have etching solution. So this is just place and do the logistics on it. Quantum vortex storage systems requires Bose-Einstein superfluid. So this one will need Bose-Einstein superfluid with stuff I already have. The other two I have. This is in nanomaterial factory with Bose-Einstein. So the Bose-Einstein is stuff I will already have. It's the liquid helium which gets set up anyway for space science. So this is in a nanomaterial factory, basically, and just make the liquid helium. The superconducting magnetic unit we already have, as well as heavy fermion, the plastic, and the copper. So that's it, really. That leaves the Pi Josephson, or the Varphy Josephson junction, which is an electronics factory with, again, everything that we already have. So, guess what, folks? I truly think that next time I will absolutely have some space science. Or at least, at the very least, we'll be setting up the space science. The infrastructure for it. Maybe not so much the having it in non-zero amounts, but the infrastructure will be there. And remember that I said that I would be playing this map until that point, that we get non-zero space science from quantum computing. And well, guess what? That's non-zero space science from quantum computing. So we're basically done. Can I actually say that now? We're pretty much ending it off. 100 streams in, on the 100th stream, we'll basically be wrapping up, and we'll be pretty much done with this map. We can continue this map until Pi Alien Life, I think. I think I might continue playing this map until Pi Alien Life releases, at the very least. So we can at least keep experiencing the game past space science. Like, start working on the various things that we didn't touch yet, but otherwise we're like done at that point. It's just get the quantum computing tech, get a quantum computer. This is another thing that I need to bear in mind. So this is something right here. I can do this. This is something we can work on right here. We have everything else. Technically, for the quantum computer, we do not have refined concrete. I have concrete. I do not have refined concrete yet. So I can set up a machine doing refined concrete. That's something I can do right now to help prep for the quantum computers. I'll do this right here. Refined concrete there. Toss it some water. Toss it an input and an output. Do that, and done. Like, done. We done. All right, so there's our prep for the quantum computers. I was expecting space science to require, at least stuff I didn't already have. I guess the other thing I can actually just make now and start producing is the liquid helium. So I will go ahead and do that. I need compressors for that. Do I have Mark III compressors? Which one of these tabs is compressors? Here. Do I have any of these? Yes, I do. I have 5 of them. All right, bring them to me. That's great. I know I'm holding on to 10 Mark II compressors, but if I have the Mark IIIs, I may as well use the Mark IIIs. I just have to say, I can't believe the speed with which the game ends, technically. Because it really does seem like once you have utility science, you also have space science. That's what it feels like to me in the current state of the Pi Suite. It feels like as soon as you have utility, you have space. You're just waiting on the quantum computing tech, and then you can set up the infrastructure and make your space science out of nothing brand new. It's simply one extra step of stuff on top of what you already have, and you're not making anything specifically new, per se. When it's just stuff you already have, it seems very simple to me at the very end. But then again, we've gotten here. Like, just the mere getting here is the challenge, right? That's the idea, is that getting to this point is hard. I wish there was more necessary things now that we've gotten here to end it off. A bigger process to get into space science from utility. But I guess that's actually on the agenda. It it's just on the agenda for after Pi Alien Life, to expand, like, the end game, quote unquote. That would be actually somewhat appreciated, is to have a better, bigger gap from of stuff to do at utility science leading into space. Because that, I think, is the current biggest weakness of this stage of the game, is that this stage of the game basically doesn't even exist. I would call that a weakness. It doesn't even really exist. There's plenty of optional stuff. Like, the optional stuff is fantastic. There's plenty of options there. You know, like, the challenge of making Mark IV buildings in and of itself is a challenge that you can have for yourself. I want to make and use Mark IV buildings and level 3 modules. That is something that you can do. It is not required to win, quote unquote, and get space science. It is absolutely not required. So this will be the liquid helium, which is going to require helium-4. It will require some water, and it will require some stuffs, things, glorious things. Yeah, sure, I'll stick it in a 3K setup. So this is 90,000 units. I just want to throw that out there. This is 90,000 units of storage. That's more than one of these. Or that's like 10K shy of one of these. So it's like, oh, okay, well, now I've got, you know, more storage than one of these in this much space. Ah, boy. I don't want them there, though. I want them offset by 1. Come on, you. There you go. A whole 6.6 per second for the 6 per second off the thingy. I'm producing like 40-ish, 50-ish per second up to. So if I need like a lot more, we can scale, and I wanted to be able to scale there. Because we're going to need to be able to do that. That'd be great. Oh gosh. Yeah, no. You there, and you there. That will work. That will scale. Will it scale? Yes, this will scale. I guess the other key thing would be, does it productivity? It, realistically speaking, shouldn't, and it doesn't, which is good on that forethought there. Good to note. It's just gasoline. All right, where is my closest gasoline? Oh boy, gasoline. So gasoline gets made up here. Ish. Gasoline is being used on my main bus by my uranium megamine. See, there's gasoline. It goes up like right here. So I'm somehow getting this gasoline from the left to the right. It's just where is it going from the left to the right? Because I'm pretty sure it was all the way up. Oh, hold it. Right here? Right here. This is ish close. I can work with this. I can bring this down. Yeah, I can bring this down. you know what? I could probably bring it down from here. Remember that I'm only really doing this helium as something to do that'll prepare us for the space science stuff. It's just keeping all of that in... Oh. Well then. Hello, burner line. Nice to see you. Big burner line. This theoretically will take me all the way up to the gasoline. Or not. It's one up, isn't it? Yep, it's one up, and I am not going through this. That is not happening. Not here, anyway. Up the dead center, yes. That would work. So... up the dead center. There's enough gaps here to get this through. Oh. Yeah, that's in the way. Gasoline. So now I have some liquid helium. What else can we work on today? I know exactly what I would like to do. I know exactly what comes next. Do you know exactly what comes next? I know exactly what comes next. It's called high-tech... No, it's called Robot. High-techs. High-tech robots need grease. Hello, Grease. Hi. Hi, Grease. Nice to see you there. I've got a requirement for you. I need you. I need you, Grease. I need you greatly. So... there exist these things called high-tech robots. And the only thing I really needed for them was the the intelligent units, because we've got everything else now. We've technically got everything else. Oh, Pyanodon. Oh, Pyanodon. I think you missed a couple of recipes here. Those should not be taking productivity. Ahem. We will ignore that. They will not be taking productivity for very long. I would imagine. I will add another spot there, and you'll see exactly why. Because while these are going to have the previous bot as a requirement, what I'm going to do is use bot recallers. So, bot recallers are a special type of chest. I need some small parts and steel. I don't think I set up an automation of them for these types of chests. Because I don't really need them that often. But, yeah. What this will do is it will pull out the robots from the network itself to the chest so that it can be used to upgrade. Upgrades! Upgrades are awesome. Now, the Roboport I usually use for this as well is down here. So around here is this chest. This chest is going to start accepting the high-tech bots. Where are my high-tech bots? High-tech bots are here. That's one of them. Where is the other? There's the other. This will start accepting the high-tech bots. Am I, like, not... Oh. Oh. Yeah, you stop doing that, please. Stop doing that, please. Yeah, you'll exclusively take that. I guess I won't need a bot recaller then for you. But I will need the bot recaller for the Logi bots. Alright. Steel and... What was the other thing? Steel and... small parts. Oh, do I have the small parts? That's another perpetual question. I do. 2 of those. Sure, why not? I'll make 2 of those. Oh gosh, what can I get rid of here? Some of these. Just need to clean up some of this stuff from the inventory a bit. I'll get a bigger inventory relatively soon. When I get my Mark II power armor. That'll be quite a nice day when I make my Mark II power armor, because that will mean the ability to equip more exoskeletons. You know, just more is more, as one might expect. More is more. Now, where did I leave those again? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where did I put those again? Here. I need, like, a great big icon to say, hey, your good bots are here. Your good bots are right here. I know I have the recipes enabled on the minimap, but as big as the base is right now, it only helps so much. Here. So, the bot recaller chests are going to go there and there. This one's going to take the, this is the Logi bot, so it's going to take the Mark II cargo. This one's going to take the Mark II construction. And that, as they say, will eventually be that. Will eventually be that. So, yeah, that's happening. Slowly, but surely. The robots here, these guys, are significantly faster. Significantly faster. Why does this tooltip not give you the total speed? Why does this tooltip not give you the total speed? It gives you the base speed and it gives you the tech edition, and it's 51.8 plus 90.7. Okay, what's that total? Why do I have to, like, do that math? I don't know. And then cargo capacity 5 plus 2. So something's giving me a plus 2 with a base 5, I'm imagining, I'm assuming. So that's that. 5 plus 2. So 7 cargo capacity on these. That's as opposed to the Mark II bots, which have a cargo capacity of 6 and a speed of 28.1 plus 49.1. So 49 plus 0.1 and 28.1. So, yeah, in the 70s kilometers per hour in the 70s versus in the 140s. The high-tech bots are twice as fast. Just throwing that out there. They're twice as fast, and they carry more base versus the Mark IIs. That makes them fantastic. They also have, let's see, max consumption 201 kilowatts versus 66.75. So they also have a bigger battery on board. So they fly longer without having to recharge. They can fly greater distances before having to recharge. Oh, but they do consume more while they're flying. So, that might be a bit of a wash, but anyway, they move very fast. They move very fast, which makes me very happy. Very, very happy indeed. What else can we do now? Well, now that we have all of these things being made, I can technically set the recipes for every Mark III building at this point. There's nothing that we can't make at Mark III. So there's that to note. Nothing new at Mark III, and technically speaking, once I hit Mark IV and make the stuff for the quantum computing of the space science, there's no, at that point, Mark IV building that I can't make either. I would be able to make every Mark IV building. So things like this guy, I can make this Evaporator Mark III now. I've got the superconductors and everything else. Did I? Yes, I did. So I have unlocked... Oh, that's something I didn't even mention today. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna... This is a lot later than it should have been. I have changed a mod. I have changed the Ultimate Belts mod to something, well, added something else. I've completely forgotten the name of this. It's Ultimate Belts Oashima and Pankeko mod. What that does is it reskins the Ultimate Belts mod belts and adjusts the speeds of the belts. So what were already incredibly fast belts now cap even faster speed, at even faster speeds than what they were before. And it's rather insane. The top tier belts. The top tier belt moves at 450 items per second at the top tier. 450. This also adjusts the ingredient requirements to no longer require the blue belts, the express transport belts level, vanillas, blues, at every step of the way. Note the speed modules, though. Note that these higher tiered ones are going to require speed modules for each individual segment of belt or underground. Now, I've already said that these belts are only good for their undergrounds and the underground distance. The only reason I wanted this was for the undergrounds and the underground distance. I don't like using the actual belt of them. You want a few belts for turns, but otherwise you're spending most of your resources on the undergrounds. I am not going to be progressing past this orange level that I'm at now. Even though I'm going to pick up the techs for these others going forward, and I can make these purple ones that go 270 per second, I don't see the point. I'm going to stick with at least the speed here at orange, which is the second level up from the standard blues. It's blues into these greens, into these oranges. So I'll stick here at least for the belts, and I may or may not keep going for the undergrounds. Again, it's speed modules from this point onwards, and I don't want it. I don't want something consuming modules. That is an optional thing. I just would rather not spend modules on that. So, what do I do now? Good question. Let's do that and that just to get these sorted, I guess. So, technically I can make these now. Yay. Level 3 modules are awesome. Sort of need another 1.6k on the level 1 efficiency modules. So, it's like, do I really use the resources making the level 3s when I am short so many level 1s? That's where I'm at right now on my thoughts. Let's go to Circuit 3s to help take care of that little issue with the solder that I mentioned earlier. Let's go take care of that for now. I'm like dumbstruck, by the way. I'm literally out of ideas at this point because we're like done. We've got our Circuit 4's intelligent units. We've got the utility science set up. We've got the space science planned out for once I do pick up that tech. We'll do that on screen if I do somehow manage to pick up that tech off screen between today and Tuesday. But, like, really? Are we that close to, like, done? It doesn't actually feel real that it's here, that the end is here at this point. It's like, really? That's it? After all this time? After all this time, all these streams, 99 streams at this point, going into the 100th stream, is it really that far in? Are we that done? Because it doesn't actually feel like it. So what I needed to do up here was I needed to extend the solder. Because that was an issue with these. Looks like the issue is now the mounted circuit substrate. I'm gonna increase this a little bit, but I think it's the issue's the production of that. That would be the bottleneck there. But hey, I've got literal hundreds of circuit 3s sitting around at this point. Like, what? Really? Really? Yeah, it's the MSA that is slightly problematic, and no matter what, it's like this. The speed of this is just bad. Speaking of speed, you. Give me more acid gas, because that seems to be what this is lacking at this point. Is the acid gas. As long as this keeps moving and it's 5.69. Ah, I wish I were a fish. No, I don't. But I need more of this. So part of my off-screen stuff is I'm gonna like attempt to do this at a little bit bigger scale somewhere else, I guess, and just pipe it over. But yeah, so there's work to do. There's work to do off-screen today. Rest of my day today, and we'll see how much of my day tomorrow. But yeah, we're here. We have like 9 minutes left in the stream today, so oh joy, oh bliss. What'll be interesting? What'll be interesting is if between this time and next time, you occasionally get a brief glimpse of blue streaking across the screen. Really fast streaks of blue across the screen, because that's most likely going to happen next time. A lot of these things that I've set up during the stream today are going to come to fruition off screen just as time passes, and it's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel really good to see that myself and see it as we go. Here, where am I standing? There, down and right. So let's go take a look at what we've accomplished today. That would be a good idea. Let's see what we've accomplished and have a discussion about things, because this was a day, as they say. This was a day. This was the day that I set up intelligent units. I don't think we've crafted any yet. Yes, products finished 0 still on this chip shooter machine. We're waiting on the nano chips and the cross-section LEDs, which are these, which are limited by the carbon nanotubes, which are being limited by biopolymer and all that good stuff. What's nanochips limiting at this point? Just, yeah, it's the nanotubes, which is the biopolymer. So it's really, if I had the biopolymer, we'd be able to start seeing the glorious stuffs and things. Don't mind me as I just shove productivity in literally all the things that I can, because I need it greatly. But yeah, so today we got intelligent units set up. Outside of the bottleneck that is the biopolymer feeding into the carbon nanotubes, we got them. And that happened quite quickly, so it's like, okay, well, how about utility science? Let's do the thing on utility science. Well, as it turns out, we also did the thing on utility science. Hey, look, it's optical parametric oscillators. Yeah, we've got those. NEMS here is again with the carbon nanotubules. Nano wires here. Oh, did I not? Huh? Oh. Well, that would be an issue. Yeah. This is why we do these things. This is why we do these things. Is to check for errors like that. Like that. Anyway. Did you have any nanotubes on you? No. This is also being limited by the nanotubes. This is being limited by the nanotubes. So it's all in the nanotubes, which the nanotubes are the biopolymer, so it's all biopolymer limited, and the biopolymer is limited by the silver foam. The silver foam is being limited by hydrogen peroxide, so ultimately this is all being limited by hydrogen peroxide at this point. So I have stuff to do off screen with hydrogen peroxide to get more biopolymer, and then I have to scale the biopolymer more. But otherwise, yeah, we've got non-zero amounts of things ish. Looks like I need more chromite sand. Maybe. Just maybe it might be a good idea to have some more chromite sand going as well. So, yeah. That's utility science setup, along with the glorious little intelligent units. What else did we, do today? Well, I set up a bit of planning ahead. Did a little planning ahead. Oh, and here's, the condo substrate is out over here right now, because I had the fluids it needs out here. Little bit of planning ahead with the stuff here. Make sure that that gets power. The liquid helium, because that's going to be used for space science. Sort of went over the stuff for the space science. What is this limited by? Aramid. In. Yes, aramid. Just production of aramid, which I can now do more, better aramid, because I am now producing subdenier microfiber. That's another thing that was set up today, because it was needed as part of our intelligent unit situation. This was needed for a thing for the intelligent units. So since I have the subdenier microfiber, I can now make the better aramid recipe, which I will very likely do off screen, actually. And that will dramatically improve the aramid bottleneck that I currently have across the base. What else did we do? Well, I also have now officially set up. I have officially set up wherever. Where's the icon? There's the icon. Here it is. I have officially set up the high-tech bots. That is the other thing that we have done. High-tech bots have been set up. They are waiting. They are awaiting their glorious intelligent units and harmonic absorbers and diamagnetic material and servo mechanisms, superconducting servo mechanisms. It's sad that I now know these by icon, but anyway, those are going to be produced as well once everything gets going, and all of this, I'll trace it with you in our last minute here. So the nanotubes being made here near the methane. Remember, I got methane through natural gas, just to say that I did it. This is being limited by biopolymer on the nanotubes. Biopolymer is being made out somewhere here. Where was that again? Here. Biopolymer is being made right here. It is being limited by silver foam. silver foam is being made by the circuit 3 stuff. Yeah, right here. Silver foam is being made in here. It's got hydrogen chloride, it's got acetylene. It does not have sufficient amounts of hydrogen peroxide for the silver foam. It's got the silver zinc stuff and the limestone. It's like, it's not worried about the limestone. It needs hydrogen peroxide. So ultimately, our bottleneck is hydrogen peroxide here, and that is made up here right now with one machine out of anthraquinone. So this needs to be scaled. I need to make some setup of hydrogen peroxide at scale so that I can feed into everything that needs hydrogen peroxide, because this is the current major bottleneck. Current major bottleneck is hydrogen peroxide. Once that's solved, that'll solve basically all of the problems that lead into this, and that lead into utility science. Once that's been done, I can pick up glorious techs, but in particular the quantum computing, which will happen at some point. Where is quantum computing? Quantum computing, right here. This is the last required tech for space science through quantum computers. This unlocks all of the required materials that we can actually currently make. It's just we need them unlocked, and then we're done. Then we'll have space science produced from quantum computing, and we'll technically be done. We'll be done, but as I said, we will most likely continue until Pi Alien Life is ready for consumption. But yeah, we are reaching the end. We are basically at the end, and hopefully I will be able to take care of a lot of these bottlenecks off screen, so that next time we meet, we'll be able to set up and see some space science. Potentially also some of our blue robots. That'll be fantastic. We have reached the end of our stream for today, folks. So with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed this stream, you can leave a follow if you're watching live to be reminded when I go live. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Of course, the Thursday stream is Morrowind at this point. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv to leave that same follow. You can do all of the social stuff through the links below the video. You can support Pyanodon's mods development at patreon.com/Pyanodon, myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat, and of course, you can join the Discord. The information for that is below this video. This will be my Discord. There is a Discord for Pyanodon's mods, but that information is on the forum. I hope to see you all on Tuesday for the 100th Pyanodon's Off the Rails stream. I hope to see you all then.